Okay, picture this. You've got the sun beating down on these huge mustard fields in Haryana. You hear the faint hum of auto rickshaws, and then bam, completely different scene. The roar of a packed arena in Liverpool, England. It sounds worlds apart, right? But these images, they actually come together in one pretty incredible story. We've been really digging into the journey of Meenakshi Hooda. Her name is starting to make some serious waves, from her home in India right onto the global boxing stage. She's this phenomenal 48-kilogram boxer who just made history at the World Boxing Championships 2025. So today, that's our deep dive. We're looking at her, well, frankly, unstoppable rise. It's a story that goes from real financial hardship, societal pushback, all the way to winning this prestigious world medal. It just proves, doesn't it, that with discipline and that sheer grit, you can punch through almost anything. Our mission is to really unpack the grit, the glory, and those key moments that defined her path. We want to pull out the insights for you. Now, to really get Meenakshi's story, you have to understand where she comes from, Haryana.
It's a powerhouse for Indian sports, especially wrestling and boxing. We know that much. You've got these vast fields, bustling streets. It's a place where these stories of determination often just pop up from unexpected corners. It's got this deep athletic tradition, but even there, Meenakshi's journey, it really stands out. We found out about her quite modest upbringing back in Rohtak. Her dad drove an auto rickshaw, working constantly just to keep things going for the family. So money was always tight, always a factor in those early years. No fancy gyms, no imported gear, nothing like that. Just raw determination. But what's really striking is the opposition she faced early on, even from inside her own family. Yeah, her uncle apparently was dead set against it, thought boxing wasn't for women, kept telling her, don't go to the stadium.
Right. And yet she had this inner calling, you could say. She just kept going, sometimes even sneaking off to practice. It really makes you think, how does someone find that strength?
That's such a crucial point. It speaks to something really deep inside, doesn't it? And what's fascinating, I think, is how these personal struggles, the money worries, fighting against those, ingrained social ideas, they aren't just hurdles. Often they forge this unique kind of resilience, her just deciding to keep going, sneaking in practice. It shows some people just have this ability to tune out the noise, the skepticism, and trust their own gut. That self-belief, especially when paired with a dedicated mentor, well, that lays the groundwork for a champion. It really highlights the community aspect, too, sometimes. One coach's commitment can genuinely change everything, bridging those gaps.
Yeah, that makes total sense. And speaking of mentors, around 2012, things started shifting a bit in Haryana boxing, partly inspired by MC Mary Kom, the legend, right?
Absolutely. Her influence was huge.
And that's where Coach Vijay Hooda comes into Meenakshi's story, a really key figure. Down at the Shahid Bhatun Singh Stadium in Roorkee, Rohtak. This guy, Vijay, he's been like a silent warrior, training maybe 70, 80 boxers completely for free, giving basic gear, keeping spirits up, especially during her really tough early years. But Meenakshi's path wasn't only about boxing. She was juggling things.
Right.
She's actually a constable in the Indo-Tibetan Border Police, the ITBP.
Right, the ITBP.
Which gave her stability, financially.
Yeah.
But that boxing passion was burning just as bright. How do athletes even manage that, balancing a full-time job with elite training?
It's an incredible feat, honestly, and the hidden cost is significant. You see this a lot, especially in countries where sports infrastructure is still developing. Athletes take these jobs out of necessity.
Right.
So the ITBP job offers security, which is a massive relief, I'm sure, but it definitely means sacrificing things like optimal rest, recovery time.
Yeah, I can imagine.
And the mental fatigue, switching constantly between police duties and intense physical training, that's immense. The ones who succeed, like Meenakshi, they develop extraordinary discipline, almost like monks,
Right.
They learn to compartmentalize stress. They rely heavily on their support system, like Coach Vijay, to sort of create this protected space for their sport. The biggest risk, honestly, is burnout or injury, just not getting enough recovery.
That really puts her commitment into perspective. So breaking into the national team, that was a real fight. We saw that key moment in 2023. She wins gold at the Nationals.
Turning point.
And it wasn't just another medal, was it? It felt like a validation, a statement.
Exactly.
And that win, it opened doors. Suddenly she's getting better support. Olympic gold quest steps in. Now she's got help with proper nutrition, training kits, things she just didn't have before. What does that kind of shift do for an athlete, psychologically and technically?
Oh, it's a game changer. Absolutely transformative. Psychologically, first off, it just lifts this huge weight. Imagine, she's no longer constantly worrying about her next meal or if she can afford decent gloves.
Right.
All that mental energy can now go 100% into boxing, and that freedom, It boosts confidence, sharpens focus. You see it almost immediately. Then, technically, getting access to, proper dietitians, physios, strength coaches, training becomes scientific.
Yeah.
Precise.
Okay.
So you'd expect improvements in her power, her endurance, how quickly she recovers between bouts. And performance-wise, it means more consistency, fewer injuries,
Yeah.
being able to stay at peak condition through a whole tournament. It's really the difference between just competing and having the tools to actually dominate.
Yeah, you can almost feel that momentum building, can't you?
Yeah.
Raw talent finally getting the fuel it needed. So fast forward to 2025. Earlier this year, back in Greater Noida, Meenakshi defends her national title. Showcase that tactical skill, that stamina again, this time against Neetu Gangas, who's a very tough opponent.
Very tough, yes.
But Meenakshi's precision, her endurance, it just came through. Another big confidence boost, setting her up for the international stage. Then July 2025, she's in Astana, Kazakhstan for the World Boxing Cup. This event is part of the new setup under World Boxing, the new governing body, right? Trying to stabilize things.
Exactly. A fresh start for the sports governance, aiming for more transparency after all the issues with the previous body.
And she gets silver. A remarkable silver in the 48 kilogram. Lost a really close one, 3-2 split decision, to the home favorite Nazim Kaizabe, who's an Olympic medalist herself.
A very experienced opponent.
So that silver, it wasn't really a loss, was it? More like a promise, maybe? How crucial are these near misses on the road to a world championship?
Oh, they're incredibly crucial, more than just collecting medals. Astana, for instance, it wasn't just about fighting for silver. It was about fighting an Olympic medalist in her own country, dealing with that specific crowd noise, adjusting to maybe different refereeing interpretations.
Right, all those variables.
And losing a close 3-2. Honestly, you often learn more from that than from an easy win. It forces you and your coach to dissect everything. Every punch, every movement, every decision. It builds that deep tactical know-how and, crucially, the mental toughness you absolutely need for the Worlds. These events, they test you under fire. They show you can handle pressure against different international styles. It solidifies potential into proven ability.
And that test definitely came. The World Boxing Championships 2025 in Liverpool, September 4th to 14th, M&S Bank Arena, the very first one under the new World Boxing banner.
A big moment for the sport.
Huge event. Second only to the Olympics, really. Over 540 boxers, 68 countries. A proper spectacle. India sent a strong team, obviously hoping to make an impact, and they started well. September 10th, Nupur Sharan gets India's first medal.
Good start.
Then the next day, September 11th, Pooja Rani and Jasmine Lamboria both make the semis. Guarantees 2 more medals. Momentum's building for India.
Definitely, things are looking up.
Then comes Friday, September 12th, a date people will remember in Indian boxing. Quarterfinals, Meenakshi steps into that buzzing Liverpool arena, facing the home favorite, England's Alice Pumphrey. Young, got the crowd behind her.
Tough draw, facing the home boxer.
You'd think so. But Meenakshi apparently just treated it like another day back at the Rohtak Stadium. Total focus. And delivers this clinical, dominant, 5-0 unanimous victory.
Wow, 5-0, unanimous.
Yeah, that scoreline really jumps out, doesn't it? A 5-0 win against the home favorite. What does that tell you about her mindset at that point?
It tells you everything about her composure and her ring IQ. A 5-0 unanimous score, especially in that environment, means she wasn't just winning rounds, she was controlling them. Completely.
Dictating the terms.
Exactly. She executed her game plan perfectly under intense pressure. It shows she wasn't just reacting to Pumphrey, she was making Pumphrey react to her. It suggests she learned those lessons from Astana. Probably used her reach, controlled the distance beautifully, sharp jabs, elusive footwork, just picked her opponent apart systematically. It's more than a win. It's a statement. That's a champion's mentality shining through right there.
Absolutely. A statement of control, tactical brilliance on the biggest stage, and more than just personal glory, that win secured India's 4th medal at the championships. A real testament to the strength of India's female boxers right now.
It really is impressive.
And Meenakshi's story, it echoes way beyond the ring, doesn't it? For so many young girls, especially back in Haryana, across India, she's become this powerful role model. Her journey just directly challenges those old stereotypes about what women can or should do. It encourages girls to get involved, ties into things like the Beti Bachao initiative.
Yeah, that social impact is huge.
But let's dig into the how a bit more, the technical side. Because the 48 kilogram category, it's like controlled chaos, right? Requires insane speed, agility, reflexes.
Oh, absolutely. It's lightning fast.
So What specific parts of her training, beyond the basics, make her so good at 48 kilograms? How does she use things like, say, plyometrics differently?
Okay, so in the 48-kilogram division, everything is magnified. Speed is paramount. For Meenakshi, that intense shadow boxing isn't just for general agility. It's specifically honing that evasive head movement, creating tricky angles vital when everyone's fast.
Right.
And the plyometrics, those explosive jump exercises, it's not just about raw power in her punches. It's about generating that rapid-fire footwork, the ability to dart in, score, and get out before taking a hit, or to explode off the ropes.
Okay. That makes sense.
What likely sets her apart is the intelligent application. She probably uses her reach effectively, controlling the distance, yes, but then she uses those plyo-trained bursts strategically to create an opening or escape trouble, not just constant frantic movement.
So it's calculated aggression, calculated movement.
Precisely. That strategic mix makes her incredibly hard for opponents to figure out and pin down.
It's so clear that her individual drive isn't just changing her life, it's pushing a wider cultural change. You can see her path mirroring how Indian boxing has evolved. You had Vijender Singh's Olympic bronze in 2008 sparking interest.
A massive moment.
Then Mary Kom, pioneering the way. Her London 2012 medal-inspiring coaches, like Meenakshi's own coach, Vijay.
Yeah, Mary Kom's impact can't be overstated.
And now you have systems like the Boxing Federation of India, SAI centers, Kalo India actively looking for talent in rural areas. It feels more democratic.
It is. And how does an athlete like Meenakshi fuel that whole process?
That's the question, isn't it? How does her personal story drive that bigger shift?
Well, her journey becomes a visible, tangible blueprint. Think about a young girl in a village maybe facing similar challenges. She sees Meenakshi, someone from a background she recognizes, standing on a world podium. Suddenly, this abstract idea of making it becomes real, possible.
That's not just a dream anymore.
Exactly. And these individual successes create this positive feedback loop. They validate what coaches like Vijay are doing on the ground. They give government programs concrete reasons to invest more money. And slowly, brick by brick, they chip away at those old patriarchal views. It's this profound ripple effect. One person's dedication sparks national conversations, leads to policy shifts, more funding, and hopefully a wider, deeper talent pool. It's an investment that goes way beyond just boxing medals.
And you see the impact personally, too. That uncle who told her not to go to the stadium.
Yeah.
Apparently now he beams with pride, a total change of heart.
That's fantastic. That says it all, really.
And her father, still driving his auto rickshaw. Just this quiet, constant symbol of family support through it all. So looking ahead for Meenakshi, the semifinals next, against Lutsekan Altansetseg from Mongolia. That's a big hurdle.
Definitely. Mongolia has strong boxers.
And beyond that, longer term, the Commonwealth Games in 2026, maybe Olympic trials in the 51 kg category.
Moving up a weight class, potentially.
Coach Vijay's vision is clear. More medals, more inspiration. She sounds incredibly disciplined, ready for what's next.
She seems to have that champion's focus.
So we've traced Meenakshi Hooda's incredible path. From those dusty Rohtak roads, the sound of the auto rickshaws, all the way to that electric night in Liverpool's M&S Bank Arena. It's just a powerful story of grit, isn't it? Unshakable family support, that vital mentorship, and the spirit that just refuses to quit, punching through every single barrier.
Truly inspiring.
And maybe, in a world that feels pretty overwhelming sometimes with so much coming at us, Meenakshi's story kind of reminds us of the clarity you can find inside the boxing ring, that intense focus. It can be a metaphor for life, right? So the final thought for you listening, what personal ring are you stepping into right now? And what kind of fight are you ready to put up to tackle your own challenges?